Welcome to CCIEORDIE.COM. I'm Artek, and this is CCNP Switch 300-115 1.4c native VLAN. Out of the box, Cisco switches default to VLAN 1, which simply means all ports are associated by default to VLAN 1. Also out of the box, the native VLAN is VLAN 1, and by 802.1q definition, all traffic belonging to the native VLAN traverses trunks untagged. Port data traffic explicitly set to a different VLAN will traverse the trunk as tagged, which allows the switches to determine the VLANs the traffic belongs to on both sides. Again, this refers to data traffic explicitly because although you may shut down VLAN 1, some control traffic will still traverse the trunk belonging to VLAN 1. And that is very confusing. It would seem that if VLAN 1 is shut down and the native VLAN is set to another value with agreement on both ends of the trunk, even the control traffic would have to traverse the new administratively set VLAN. Some do and some don't. For example, VTP and DTP will show up bearing the new native VLAN, but other control protocols will give mixed results. It is easier simply to think of the default VLAN as the VLAN all ports belong to by default out of the box. The native VLAN is VLAN 1 unless otherwise administratively changed. Native VLAN traffic is untagged. VLAN data traffic will be tagged in keeping with the rules of 802.1q, and the control traffic is going to do whatever it wants. In any event, best practice dictates removing unused ports from VLAN 1 and placing them in a bogus VLAN until needed, setting the native VLAN to a VLAN other than VLAN 1, disallowing traffic from traversing the native VLAN across the trunk, and even shutting down VLAN 1 altogether. So let's turn to the switches and accomplish these objectives. Config T, default, interface, range, F0/1 to 24. Do a little house cleaning. I don't know what I've got in there. Config T, default, interface, range, F0/1 to 24. And we're going to get rid of the VLANs. No VLAN 2 through 1001. That's a lot easier than deleting VLAN.dat and reloading the switch. No VLAN 2 through 1001. And we'll start up setting up the trunks. First, let's have a quick look. Do show interface F0/23 switch port at the administrative and operational mode of one of our interfaces. You can see by default dynamic auto and static access, administrative and operational mode. And we're going to leave DTP on this side. I know it's unusual for me, but we will do that just because I want to see DTP traffic. So interface range F0/23 to 24, switch port trunk ncap .1q. ISL is still the default on these switches. Switch port mode trunk. That's good enough. Do show interface trunk. Do show interface trunk. There we go. Mode is on. 802.1q is in effect. The status is trunking and the native VLAN is 1. Let's have a look at switch 2. Do show interface trunk. And we see it's still auto and 802.1q is negotiated. The status is trunking and the native VLAN is 1. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the native VLAN to be something other than VLAN 1. So let's exit here and we'll open up a VLAN 69. We'll do that on both sides. VLAN 69. Good. Interface range F0/23 to 24. And we're going to prepare this ahead of time with both switches. We'll try to do it quickly. I cannot stand the CDP complaints, and they just drive me crazy. So switch port, trunk, native, VLAN 69. I'm not going to hit enter yet. Interface range F0/23 to 24. Switch port, trunk, native, VLAN 69. Okay, hit it and see if we can beat CDP. Hey, I think we beat it. Exit. Let's exit here. Exit. I think we beat it. Let's do show interface trunk. And the native VLAN is 69. We beat CDP. Excellent. I just hate looking at those messages. Do show interface trunk. Good. Naturally, this should be done off hours. Notice the native VLANs agree on both sides, and we're allowing 1 and 69. We're gonna fix that in a minute. So again, it should be done off hours in a production environment. And now let's go back to the interface range. F0/23 to 24 on both sides. Interface range F0/23 to 24. And we'll do switch port trunk allowed VLAN 2 through 68 and 70 through 1001. Oh, too many dashes there. 68 and 70 through 1001. Do show interface trunk. And you can see 69 is not involved across the trunk anymore. Do the same thing on the other side, interface range. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN 2 through, notice we're not allowing 1 either, VLAN 2 through 68 and 70 through 1001. Do show interface trunk. And we set out to do what we wanted to do, interface VLAN 1. Let's shut. And we'll shut down interface VLAN 1, interface VLAN 1, shut on both sides. Interface VLAN 1, a carriage return would have helped there, shut. And do show interface VLAN 1. We can see it's down. Excellent. Now let's kick up Wireshark here. We'll start this. I already have a session running, and we're going to capture the traffic. So there's DTP, and let's see if DTP is cooperating. You see 802.1q is showing up 69, and DTP is showing up. We'll look at DTP should be showing up native VLAN 69. It's going to make a liar out of me. Yeah. Let's look at 802.1q is showing up 69. That's good. If we add a new VLAN, VLAN 10, and VLAN 10, and perhaps span mode rapid, and force it to reconverge, and then change the span mode to span mode PVST, do show span, we might start getting different results. Let's see if that allowed it to reconverge. Let's look all the way down. And CDP, let's see, CDP. There's STP. And spanning tree. It's not giving us a hit. What about... there's VLAN 10. We're seeing a mixed bag. Thanks for watching.